All right, back at it. I got the torpedo heater going. Sorry about the noise. And I think I've decided on this. It's going to be a decent sized closet here for coats, shoes, and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to do double doors on it, just two conventional doors, because I was going to do the overlap and sliding ones, but they leave a lot of wasted space. And I never really liked the staggered look. So in here, especially, where this is going to be visible from the couch, and every time you're in the house, I want it to look sharp. So I figured out the size of the opening I'm going to do, so now I got to figure out the framing. And then the same in here is basically I'm going to build a wall in here somewhere. Yeah, basically off of this stud all the way down to about there. So it would be like a 24-inch deep closet. So I got to build that wall here, and this here, back you guys up a bit. There we go, that's way better. Yeah, so this will probably be all the closet from that side, so this will just be blocked off. And then this will be the closet for the bedroom with the double doors right here. And the double doors for that will go off into the living room. So yeah, so now I just got to do all the calculating, centering, and all that stuff. And then I can start building headers and start studding up this last section of wall. Then I can work on the other closet wall, the big one. Let's get to it. I know it doesn't look like much. That's a pain in the butt. Oop, I almost slipped up. So yeah, head is done, and my brother was telling me you always want to put one underneath on the flat to make sure these ones that are standing vertical over time won't bow. So that's why that one's a little higher than the rest, and it's a little wider, so I went with a 2x8. and it's all stitched in there. Corner's tied in nice. I just gotta make a 1/2-inch shim here to get this flush out with this corner, which I have some 1/2-inch plywood laying over there. I'm just gonna rip a strip, tack that in. And this only needed a small stub, and I figured it was gonna split when I tried to nail it, so it did split, so I ripped it off, and I put a longer one on so it has more structure to nail, and then beat it into place, and now I'll cut it off flush and let it be finalized where it's at. And that's all sewed into there. And then up top, I put a 2x10 across so I can nail it to that one, nail it to that wall that's going that way, nail it to this wall, and then it's a little extra something for any strapping or anything else in the corner, but it'll tie that whole corner together also. Because normally you want to do one over, one under, but the outside walls are the important ones. This is an outside wall, and that's an outside wall. So I wanted those two tethered nice. And this is just an interior wall. And this head is probably massively overkill because these are just resting with the weight of the ceiling on it. Like, there's really no structure pushing, there's no pressure putting down on this. So, but they could just do it as right as possible. Now I'll start working on this wall in here. Let's see if I can get this whole front section wrapped up today. And then maybe tomorrow will be some of the back room. Look at that. That's the last section of the wall. for that bedroom closet area, and it was exactly how many 2x4s I had. If I needed one more, I wouldn't be able to finish it. But, you know, the whole mechanic thing, you know, I'm a mechanic doing carpentry. And I thought about this earlier today, but then I put up that section of wall in there. I wasn't thinking about keying this in to that room to get it over that corner to stand it up. So I will get it. It might just be ridiculous watching it. So bear with me. I'll try and get a camera shot of the whole area so you can enjoy my misery. So let's see what happens. Check it out. We have a bunch of framing up. This is satisfying. So I was a couple of pieces shy, a couple of 2x4s shy from being able to totally wrap it up, but the structure ones, excuse me, been dusty in here today. But yeah, all the structural ones, I had just enough to get those done. And basically this extra one I added on the bottom here to keep this from bowing. I need one for that header there. And then I want to build a tiny little wall, divider wall here between these two closets. But this is where we're at. 2 days of mechanic messing around, and this is all framed out, 82 by 62. So I have plenty of room to do two 30-inch doors that'll swing open, or just the typical doors. You slide one over and you slide the other one back over that one to get to the other side, which I think I'm going to do the dual opening doors here. That way they're like, there's nothing worse than, you know, you open the door and the wall's here and there's stuff on the hanger way back over in the corner. You know, so like this, literally the framing will be in probably about 2 inches and probably about 2 inches from there. And this side here, that's roughly where I'm going to put the wall. And I want to make it deep enough for one of my 13s to go here, so I can just make in the corner, you know, shoe and boot racks right there. As you come in the front door, you can ditch them all there, swap them out, whatever. But yeah, so that's that. That's a big opening. And then that's the door to the bedroom. That's the door to the bathroom. So plenty of room. Bathtub over here, closet, vanity, toilet. And then this one here, come in, just enough of a stagger for the door to open perfectly straight. Bump the wall a little bit. And set up your bed here, headboard here, sticking out. Plenty of extra space here, and then another big 82 by 62 opening for the closet in here. And where this is a bedroom, and it's going to be a little more closed off, I probably will do the dual sliding doors here. Just that side there, you're going to see it from the living room, so I might want to match those doors to whatever front door I put there or whatever, and just make it appealing to look at. But yeah, all tied in. Now that was a satisfying part of the project over with. Building the new walls. That's satisfying. And I may not be good at it because I'm a mechanic, so I'm always double checking and triple checking my measurements and making sure everything's 16 on center and, you know, starting from whatever side. So I'm going to be able to put full sheets of sheetrock and have them line up with studs and all that jazz. So yeah, this was satisfying, and this was a lot of the complicated stuff. And then the back wall in here, the wall that'll divide these two bedrooms, that one's nice and simple, small closet door and a closet right in there. That'll be simple. And then this one here is going to be absolutely a chaos. A lot of chaos there, because I want to sink the fridge in, and this will be the closet for this room. Then there'll be a little bit of a built-in there and a cabinet on the front side, and a built-in here. So there'll be a lot to do here. And then that's going to be the pantry. So the back wall of the closet will be the side of the pantry, and then I just got to frame it for a door right there. So yeah, so that side, the third bedroom to the kitchen, that one's going to be complex. That back one's going to be gravy train if I had the lumber. Literally, the 2x4s that I got, I sorted through the whole stack, and I wanted to get like over 50 of them. I ended up with 44. That's all I could get of mediocre ones. And it's exactly what I needed for the part I wanted to get done. So now tomorrow, I'll go on the hunt somewhere else for more studs. So anyway, thanks for stopping in again. And yeah, exciting. I don't know how, I can't, I'm not one of those people that jumps up when their football team wins. I never watched sports or anything like that. So like, I never got super dramatic about things. So like inside, I'm getting all dramatic about this, like all cranked up. But I don't show it out on the outside as much as it affects me on the inside. I'm very reserved for the most part. Anyway, thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and we'll check in tomorrow.